Make sure everything's working all right. There we go. Welcome to Out of the Draft Podcast, Season 2, Episode 3. We're going to be talking about the LA Coliseum with the Busch Light
Yep.
Clash. Sorry. I'm Dylan, and
Mitchell, glad to be back and looking forward to digging into some of the stuff that we got to talk about today.
yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. We got a lot of news to cover, getting ready for the 2022 season. Last week we were talking about the goodbye to the Gen 6. Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise right here. But, anyways, we're saying goodbye to the Gen 6. Thank goodness it's gone. Now we can talk about the future and NASCAR. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen. But yeah, we can go right into to some things. Let's talk about the new car that's coming involved. I feel like that's the first step that we got to talk about.
Absolutely.
First, I'm going to share this on my Snap story. Again.
What are you sharing on your Snap store?
That we're live.
Oh, I just missed that, I guess. I'm just going to get the 16th spot here. Sorry, I'm writing my top 16, so I keep looking down to, the people watching, if there is any. Probably not yet, but...
Not yet, I don't think. But anyways. First thing we want to talk about is the race car itself. We're moving into the Gen 7, aka next gen. I think we're going to keep calling it that because we call the Gen 5 still the car of tomorrow, even though it was yesterday. I guess we'll call it the next gen still. But first thing, of course, that was big last year we talked about plenty of times is the number placement is moving to the front. Right at the A post window, right? So some cars look good with it. I think some schemes really make it look better.
Yeah, I agree. Some of the schemes do look better as well. Some look worse.
Yeah, some look way worse. I'm trying to think of one scheme in particular. I can't think of one right now. But the Joey Logano Pennzoil scheme that he just posted today, that's probably the ugliest looking car I've ever seen in my life.
Look that up real quick.
It's bad. I don't know what was going on with that one. And then let's talk about the package, right? So that's important. We were at any track 1.5 miles or higher. We were at 550 last year, and then any short tracks, we were at
God
750. Our high horsepower, low downforce package, and last year they went ahead and said that we're going to go to the 550 package with the next gen car, but they had a lot of testing and stuff to figure that out, and they found out that was not the move, and so now our new package is going to be the 670 horsepower package with the 4-inch spoiler. That is for every track except for Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta. And we're using the 510 horsepower package there with a 7-inch spoiler.
Right.
Because it's a drafting, all that comes involved with that. With that, I think it's interesting to see. I love this package. I think this will be the best package that we'll see ever. I know that's really hoping, but I've always thought medium horsepower and low downforce is probably the best option we could ever go with.
I agree.
Just because I always thought 750 is a perfect number in my opinion, but I thought more than that was way too much. I think that when it comes to short tracks, and honestly, anytime you get on the throttle, 900 horsepower is not what you want unless you have like a multitude of different things involved with that. But 650 or 670. I'm sorry, is what I like to see. So, what's your thoughts?
I I agree. Regarding the engine specifically, I think that is around the perfect number that we do need to be at. Um, the package itself, I liked a lot what we saw with all the testing and such that we got to see throughout the off season.
Yep.
Um, I mean, everything I saw was exactly what I think we've been wanting.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with getting to see like the mock race testing, not just the random cars running around the track. But I feel like that was a good kind of taste of what we're going to see on the mile and a half, because that's really the biggest area where we struggle aero wise anyway, is on the mile and a half.
Yep.
So I'm liking what I saw so far.
I
I hope it holds up. I mean,
Yeah, I think it will. I honestly, this is kind of where the Xfinity series is right now. Xfinity does 700 though, so just 30, 30 more horsepower doesn't really change the difference.
right.
But this is sort of the Xfinity package, of course, with the composite body of the next gen is going to race like the Xfinity as well. There's a lot of different components that goes involved with that car though that'll make it drive harder than the Xfinity series, and I think that's great. We've seen pretty much all the good guys that you can think of. That's tested every track has at least crashed once, or spun out. Right? You had Reddick spin out like 4 times. Byron, Kyle Busch, Todd Gilliland, Hamlin, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott. They've all spun out or whatever.
Yeah. Some
And,
of them multiple times, two,
yeah.
3 times even.
Reddick. That's my boy right there. He's crazy. But no, I love that. I think, and testing is one of the next subjects that we're going to talk about as well. How who was fast and where I think everything's going to stack up this year. Um, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm excited. I really am. Like, this is the first year since 2016 that I've like really hyped up a year. And
Right.
2016 was a good year. It really was for me. I mean, not for everybody,
Yeah.
uh, but it was such a good year when it comes to racing. Um, but yeah, that's all I had for the car. Oh, okay, one more thing that we added today on the car itself, the side skirt is actually no longer to the teams. It's the OEMs who owns the side skirts. So the side skirt will be a different color than the paint scheme on every single race car moving forward. Because I'm sure that Chevrolet is going to have Chevy on the side of their side skirt. TRD is going to, Toyota's going to have TRD. Certain things like that. So the teams don't have an option for that, which is crazy. But I don't know how I feel about that. What's your thoughts?
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
No, you're fine. The OEMs in charge of the side skirts.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
I legit don't know. So someone was making fun of Denny Hamlin's paint scheme. Okay. They were like, "Why is his well? Because his paint scheme is really good, but the side skirts is black, and
Right.
it's like it's so off colored. Like everything about it is just like is not good. like if you look close at that, it just looks terrible. And
Right.
he responded with like, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. That's not up to the designers anymore. That's on the OEMs, especially. I was
Right.
like, ooh, that's interesting. And then Dale Jr., of course, put his input, and we already know that he wouldn't drive a race car if the side skirts didn't match. So
Right.
he was not happy on Twitter. He actually he was like, this is probably the dumbest move. He said that. It was crazy. Um,
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
yeah.
I guess it's one of them things that it is what it is. I feel like at first seeing, like, whenever it's a color that doesn't necessarily match with the paint scheme, it's going to be
Yep.
obviously weird. But I feel like as the season goes by, we're just kind of gonna lose sight to it and just
Yeah,
not
we
even pay
will.
attention to
Yeah,
it anymore.
I mean, because like trying to get one of these cars that I bought the other day. If you look at the side skirt, every side skirt is a different color than the actual car itself. But we just don't notice it because that's not something we pay attention to. But because
Right,
someone brought it out, that's what we pay attention to right now.
right.
So I mean, I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but it's definitely an eye source when you get pointed that out. Oh yeah, oh sorry. Um, but yeah, let's. You ready to talk about the tests and how the testing went?
The test for the off season or which
Yeah,
test?
yeah. So like all the tests, like who was fast and who was not, what teams excelled. I,
I don't know any information
oh,
about those.
okay, I got you.
So.
So first off, I want to say Penske looked like the fastest group out of every test that they had, but they also did. It was also just the 12 car. The 22 struggled a little bit, but that was also with uh, Cindric when he mostly tested. Joey only did the second day test. So which makes sense, right? You know, Austin Cindric, he needs to get as much experience as possible.
Right.
But the Ryan Blaney looked really fast no matter where he was at, no matter if it was a road course, short track, mile and a half. Yeah. And then him, the 12, the 9 car, the 5 car, and the 45 car was the 4 best out of all the tests combined. So Kurt Busch, if you didn't know.
Yeah. I'm not too surprised about that. I mean, regarding next gen testing, even long before the 2021 season was over, I think Kurt Busch probably has the most practice in the next gen car.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, it seems like he was almost at every single tire test that they
yeah.
were doing. I mean, a year and a half ago at this point now, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, that part doesn't completely surprise me about Kurt, but I'm also not surprised about Blaney. I feel like this package is really going to suit his driving style. I feel like the previous package very drap heavy and based. I feel like that kind of hurt him almost,
Mm-hmm.
as well as it did a lot of other drivers, which will. I mean, we're gonna. I feel like this whole season is going to be. I mean, not only different because everyone's back to square one
Yeah.
regarding the car, but I feel like we're going to see a lot of drivers struggle and a lot of drivers really be good because of their talent. You know, I feel like Blaney's going to be one of them that does step up. So I feel like it's not such a total surprise to me that he's on the top of the charts as well.
Absolutely. No, I'm with you. Um, now, now JGR struggled, which was surprising to me.
Not me, man. I said it a couple weeks ago now that they're not making it to the round of 8. None of them. So
Yeah, that was yeah. When he said that, I was like, what? But I really think that Hendrick and Penske will have a leg up on the field. But Hendrick, every time we get a new car, they always do. I feel like
yeah, usually it seems like they click off and figure things out really quick compared to
yeah,
everyone else.
they're really good on their feet in a sense of like, no matter what hurdle is in front of them, they perform like in a sense of they know how to fix it, um, and quicker. But that doesn't mean long term it's going to be the best because people will catch up to you and then actually end up passing you, and then
Right.
and that's what happened I think in 2017 to 2019 for Hendrick
Yeah.
Motorsports, but. Also, I mean, your best driver was having his worst years of his life at the time, so that doesn't
Yeah.
help. Uh,
No, not at all.
but honestly, that's all I had for the next gen. I'm excited for the car itself. I think it's definitely going to be. Sorry. There we go. I think it's going to be exciting in a sense of ready to see what the next gen is going to do for the sport. Because the leaders of the sport itself is looking forward, and we'll get to talk about the clash and who's involved with it. And I think I think we're in good hands in the sense of growing, right? I think we've hit our 2 million viewership um, mark in a sense of we're not going to go lower unless there's a rain delay. I think there's
Right.
only a chance for us to go up now.
I agree. I mean, even last year alone, I feel like our numbers were steadily increasing a little bit, unless, like you said, there was a rain delay or
Yeah,
something of the sorts that caused people to not be watching. But for the most part, it seemed like our viewership was getting better and better, almost week by week.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, I do think that's going to continue. I heard watching some video the other day. I don't know, but they said that 70% of the LA Coliseum tickets were sold to new NASCAR viewers,
Yeah,
and
I can imagine because
I was surprised. I mean, like
well
I'm not surprised about that, but
yeah.
I'm surprised that it was that much. I didn't
So
think it'd be quite 70% new to the sport.
so I think sorry. So I think the what caused that is because the Super Bowl is the week after, and so a lot of people are buying the tickets and then buying that are already going to the Super Bowl, right? And so they have no idea what NASCAR is. Most of those people don't. And plus, it's right in the center of a place where NASCAR did not try to venture out. Right,
Right,
LA
right,
is
right.
not.
There's yeah. I was talking with Nick the other day.
Yeah.
Um, God, I wish he was here.
Sorry. I know.
Sucks he
Same.
can't be on the podcast with us, but yeah, I was talking with him too about it the other day, and we said the same thing that it's kind of in an area that we've never been really.
Yeah.
So it's not really a surprise that there's so many new people, but at the same time, I thought it would be a lot of full on NASCAR fans because we haven't been there. So they finally got their
Yeah.
shot to go to somewhere at home, you know.
Yeah. I.
But
I I
at
mean,
the same time, I mean it's a new place, so
yeah. I think it's great, right? Everything that
yeah, I
they're
mean
doing for the Clash, which I we'll talk about it, like I said, eventually. But I really do think that we're moving in the right direction in a sense
I
of
agree.
NASCAR as a whole. Does that mean it'll be back in its prime in 5 years? No, no sport isn't back in its prime since like 10 years ago, right? There's so many
All
so
right,
many streaming services, so many different ways to watch it, that cable TV is not necessary in the house anymore, right?
all right,
And so that's why we've talked about last year how that NASCAR needs to start their own um, streaming platform, like be connected with a streaming platform to to go ahead of that, right? Like
yeah.
trying to think who has uh, the NFL right now.
Um,
Is it
talking about the streaming platform,
on Hulu?
I saw the other day. It was actually the night of the Chili Bowl, and I was watching it and such.
Yeah,
So midway through, they ended up switching from the one streaming service to the other.
yeah,
So I tried to go download it, and I was debating buying it, whatever. Turns out that was only $6 a month, which ain't bad at all. And it had all kinds of racing. I mean, dirt, modifieds, go karts, road course racing,
yeah,
IMSA, Indy, everything but NASCAR. You know, and I think NASCAR needs to jump on adding it onto there. You know,
yeah,
I mean, they could still, of course, absolutely broadcast live on cable. You know, because
yeah. I
I
mean,
think that is where they get the more majority.
and
But
yeah, and they still will, right? And I think
right,
that's where
right,
every sport is as well.
right,
But one thing that IMSA did that was really cool, especially in the 24-hour race, um, they were streaming it right, the same way they did NBC. So like the whole time that 24-hour race was being streamed, it was still by the same product that you're getting with NBC, but without the titles. Yes, it
right,
was under
right,
Peacock, and so like it's still under the NBC like connection. So you were
right,
still going to see NBCS or NBC Sports or whatever that said. Um, but let's say, Fox has it right, and they have their own streaming platform. They can make their own running line and put it up across, like they do on YouTube, right? They do the same thing on YouTube. Uh, They can have their own commercials, in a sense, when they go to commercial, they can,
Right.
but they just don't promote. Like they will just not promote what platform it's on, anyways, it's an easy fix. Like they can easily do this,
Right.
but I think the problem that they're looking at is the TV deals. I think they would cut their costs, because of that. I don't. I mean, why would you want to spend $17 billion on 10 seasons, right? And you can go watch. Someone else can go watch it for like $5 a month, right? I mean, that's just realistic.
Right. Right. I mean, you're not wrong there too, but I do think we're on our way to being on the fully streaming service. Eventually that is.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
cable
we've
will
seen
eventually go away.
absolutely, and it's just going to be a select. Your choices of different streaming services.
Yeah.
Whether you want to do Hulu, Netflix,
Hmm.
HBO, whatever. And that's what it's going to come down to. And realistically, I think what it'll end up being is like half the season will be on, say, Netflix. I don't think it will be Netflix, but
Yeah,
you know,
imagine.
for example, yeah, right. But just for example, say half the season's on Netflix, then the next half will be Peacock or
Yeah,
whatever, and that's what it'll be rather than. I mean, it still might be technically Fox and
yeah.
NBC doing the broadcast side of it and such, but
But just to watch it, like from an outside perspective, that's a way to watch it, right?
right,
Um,
right. It would be, I guess, probably Fox would go to NASCAR and say, hey, put our shit on there, and we'll pay it $17 million a year or whatever.
yeah, I mean,
Not that, but yeah, I mean that's what it'll be eventually.
yeah,
But I
it,
still think we're probably 10 years away from being a
yeah.
fully streamed service like that.
I do think so as well, but I think NASCAR needs to step ahead, right? Like, I mean, this is a way. I mean, you're the second biggest sport in America, still. Even with the downfall, you're still the second biggest sport in America. I really think that you go ahead and beat the NFL to its game, and
Right,
you could be the top sport in America. I don't think that'll ever happen because there's so many different teams and so many different people that watch football, right?
right, right,
Um, but there's an opportunity there that
right,
that
right.
they can either let's say you have a game and a race on Sunday. Well, you can only watch the game on cable, but you can stream the race. Well, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna stream the race so they don't have to flip back and forth, and both sides get a plus to it, right?
Yep.
So and I think I mean realistically, I think that'd be great, but um, we'll talk about some news here. Um, First off, I want to say the biggest news that came out this week was Bubba Wallace will be having his own documentary series on Netflix for 6 episodes. That is,
Yep.
okay. A lot of people, I get where a lot of people was coming from, right? In a sense of why are you gonna choose him? In a sense of he's not the best person in the sport, like talent wise, right? I understand what they're saying,
Right, I
but
agree.
let's say if you use last year's champion, you're not
Oh,
gonna
you know.
you would not want to do that. For one, Larson,
Right,
he's he just came out of a situation where not people are gonna watch that, right?
right. It damn near ended his career.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
You know,
nobody.
I mean, it did. It ended his career.
Yeah. And somehow he got his talent back. Like he made his talent where he is right now. Like
Yeah.
if it was not if he was not okay, if he was just an average racer, honestly,
Absolutely, he would not be there.
he would
Absolutely
not be in NASCAR
No,
ever. Just,
I agree.
um,
Yeah, the only reason he's there is because of all of what he accomplished
Yeah.
after the fact.
yeah, absolutely. And so with this, I do think, but Bubba is also the most marketable driver in the sport when it comes to newer
Absolutely.
fan base, right? Because Chase Elliott, he's dry, right? I mean, no offense. I mean, the kid's great when it comes to the race car, but when you get him out of a race car and with and with Napa on his shirt, he's a dry kid, right? And it's just because he's respectful of what the sponsorships tell him, and that's just
Right,
how
right,
it is.
absolutely. He's very, I mean, professional is the right word, but
Yes.
I have a different word in my mind that I want to use, but I mean, yeah,
He's
it's like
white
whenever you
chocolate.
get that,
Like he's not. I mean, as simple as that.
right?
He's
Yeah,
bland.
yeah.
But let's say you put Kyle Busch there, right? Well, he's on the older side of the generation, so he's not going to be the person you're going to want to market. But he also is, in a sense of when it comes to talent, when it comes to the
His
aggression,
accomplishments
yeah,
and
and stuff
stuff,
like
you
that.
know.
But like I said, he's getting to the older side. No new fan is going to want to watch someone who's going to retire in the next 10 years, right?
Right.
Um, that's just realistic. And then I'm trying to think of a new driver, right? There's no, there is legit no other driver that I think this would have worked out with besides Jimmy Johnson. Okay, and it's because of Jimmy, right? He was the type of person who did it all, right? Yes, he didn't have like the aggression aspect of it, but when it came to
He really didn't. He never really was an
no,
aggressive driver. I
and
mean,
I well,
for most of his career, he didn't have to be because he was just
he was
fast.
yeah, he was just fast.
So I mean, maybe that's why. But
But like he didn't have the aggression, but when it came to the talent, what personality, everything about him, he was there, right?
yeah, he
Um,
fit that mold. Yeah.
but just, I mean, other than that, I think Bubba is probably the best person to interview. Yeah, racing wise, I understand what people are saying, but also
Right.
that's because their motives are probably not where they're saying. If I'm being honest.
Right. Absolutely. They're on the opposite, the negative side of the fence,
Yeah.
and why he shouldn't have a documentary. And it's not even about. I mean, don't misconstrue this because it very much is about Bubba Wallace. But what I'm saying is, it's not even about Bubba Wallace. It's about the fact that there's the opportunity to put content out there to
Mm.
make the sport grow. You know, we can see. You know, I mean, already NASCAR as fans and such, we get a huge insider look, unlike any other sport, from a week to week basis. So, and then having a documentary on that, that just adds another level to that, to where we get to see even further into, you know, Bubba Wallace's life week to week, um, after the cameras, you know.
Yeah.
So he's
Absolutely.
really dealing with, which we know, as you know, he's been very public about the past 5 6 years. You know, he's a very emotional person, not in a negative way, but he has emotions, and he's not afraid to show that, and that's absolutely a great thing. And
And honestly, I
I'm sure we're going to see that too.
yeah,
But
I think okay, people, give Bubba Wallace crap, right? But like realistically, if you go to his comment section, the fact that he's able to still be on social media with all the stuff that goes on in his comment section
right,
is beyond me, right? Like I don't think I'm tough enough to deal with what he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Yes, he probably mutes it and overlooks it and stuff like that, but still, he still has to see it. It's not like it's not
right,
there.
right.
Um, and so I give him a lot of props. Well, this year, I mean, okay, we got to think. 2311 was built in January, second week of January. It didn't even have a full off season to prep for the Daytona 500. It
Right.
came out. It was fast in the duels. Like
Oh yeah,
he had the best car.
absolutely fast. Yeah,
And then when there was no practice at all this last year, they they were like switching everybody around. They're Mike Wheeler, this guy, that guy. They were just moving people, and it's because nothing was working. Right? They finally got something to work. Well, yes, he won a rain shortened race at Talladega, but he's also won a race. Like there's no
right,
the
right.
fact that you went from rags to riches in the span of 8 months is pretty good if you ask me myself. And I don't now I'm not going to say he's going to set the world on fire, right? That's not what I'm saying. But he is going to perform because Kurt Busch, as a leader of the team, he's going to push him in ways
Oh
that
yeah,
I don't even think
absolutely.
Bubba knew that he had, right? Um,
I agree. We talked about this whenever it was originally announced that Kurt was going to go over there toward the end of the season or whatever it was last year. And we hit on this point then that Bubba hasn't even had a teammate since being in Roush in 2013 or 14 or something around there. Um, that is, and that's insane to think about it. Like, he hasn't had a teammate in 8 years, give or take. Um, So whether or not Kurt is going to be positive or not, I mean, we know he will be a very positive influence and push him in ways that, like you said, he didn't even know he could go. Just the fact of having a teammate in general is going to be huge for him. I truly think if Bubba does not perform this year,
Yeah,
I think he'll have one more year in the car and then that's it.
absolutely. And I do think so myself, but I don't think he's not gonna perform. In a sense of performance,
I agree.
we're not saying that he's gonna win 7 races. That's not what we're
Right?
saying.
No. I
But
think within the next 2 years to keep his ride
yeah,
anyway, I think he needs at least 3 wins.
I say 2. Okay, in a sense of 1 a year. Okay, that's what I'm meaning. And even if he doesn't
Yeah.
win one this next year, that's okay, right? You just
Right.
have to
Just to
back
the
it up.
next one.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Um, and so I think that's where we need to look at that. But stop talking about that because that's
Yeah, we're going down a rabbit hole.
uh, um. So let's keep it in the cup stable so far. We just announced that the money team is officially here. Um,
I mean, we've been hearing about it for what, 3 years now or so?
3 years, I feel like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Kaz Grala will be driving the 50 car for the Daytona 500. They don't plan on to race the full schedule, which is understandable, but they do plan on to race the big races. So I feel like that'll be good. That's I don't care how you slice it. That's great, right? And more teams, more drivers available to be put in rides.
Absolutely.
Um,
I assume he's probably not running the whole schedule because he probably doesn't have a charter.
yeah, they don't plan to. They literally said
Yeah.
they don't plan to because, for one, I don't think they have the resources for it. Just yet, they do have a lot of
Right.
money, but I don't think they have like.
Oh yeah, they got the money on it. That's great. By all
Yeah.
means, that is.
Yeah,
I feel like that's why we've seen, I mean, 2311 and also Trackhouse come
Yeah.
out and be somewhat successful right out the gate. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, 2311 got the win, but even just performance wise, they were not great, but not terrible. Well, I mean, I'd say not great, but not at all bad as well. You know.
yeah, absolutely. Let's keep it same as Cup as well. M&M's is after the 2022 season will be leaving Kyle Busch and Joe Gibbs Racing. That is, and leaving NASCAR completely. So now I wouldn't say completely. They may race they may sponsor like NASCAR itself, but I don't think they're gonna continue to sponsor
A race
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
They want to try new things is what they said. But Kyle Busch and Joe Gibbs knew about this in the middle of last year that they were leaving, so they gave them at least a year and a half to figure things out with the primary sponsor, which is really cool by M&M's.
Absolutely, because and I mean they've been in the sport for. I mean, what, 25, 30 plus years? Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure they have a very well understanding on what the money means to NASCAR.
Absolutely.
And so that is really cool of them to give them a heads up like that and like, hey, we're not trying to really screw you guys over, but we are out. So, you got plenty of time to try and figure it out, which I think they will. It might not be something that's bringing in whatever kind of money M&M's is, but they'll figure something out. I mean, it's Kyle Busch driving the car. All you gotta do is slap the freaking resume down. I got 230 wins. I mean,
no doubt.
You want to sponsor me?
And then, of course, Eric Amarola did decide that he is going to be retiring at the end of this year.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But with that, SHR also hired Ryan Preece to be their development driver and their backup driver in a sense of any COVID-related problems, and also for a lot of testing as well. And then with that, he's also going to be running a few races in
it's
Xfinity, right?
He's running everything.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like 5 Cup races.
Yeah.
It's like 8 Xfinity races and then like 12 truck races.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's crazy.
All with SHR affiliated equipment. So,
which I think that kind of hints the fact that he will be driving that vehicle next year.
I agree. Yeah, we found that information out regarding Priest. I think like 2-3 days before Almirola announced he's retiring.
Yeah, so it was weird how that worked.
Obviously, yeah, obviously, I'm sure SHR knew about it all, but the way it played out for us was like, oh man, who knows what he's gonna do, and then he's like, oh, I'm out. So we're like, oh well, that's what he's doing.
Okay.
That's
Uh,
why he took that crazy deal. But
Keystone is coming back to Penske as well for one race. It's the All Star race at Texas.
one race,
Yeah,
like
one race.
what's the point in coming for one race? I just
Who
I
knows?
don't know.
It's $500,000 to sponsor one race, so I guess that's what. Uh,
They announced that.
no, it's just
Oh,
around
I
there.
was,
Yeah,
I was about to say what?
no, it's just around there. That's how much it costs, really, which is crazy. But, and
That is
then
crazy.
let's move to Xfinity now. So, Xfinity.
Well, all right, hold on. Before we go there,
Did I miss them?
no, but I just wanted to add some stuff.
Okay.
Regarding Priest, I think ultimately it's going to be a great move for him. I think he's a wheelman and he'll fit right in at SHR. I think that's a good spot for him. Also, more Cup news. I did also see that JTG is looking to leave the Cup Series.
Oh
No
yes, I did see
information
that.
past
Yes.
that. Yeah, no
Sorry.
information past that, but they are looking to leave. I don't know if that means they're gonna attempt maybe starting up an Xfinity team instead, or just leave the sport altogether. I just don't think Brad would do that. He's been somewhat affiliated and also been a fan of the sport for his whole lifetime. So I just don't think he really wants to pull out of the sport unless it is strictly for financial reasons. But I think that's why I could see him pulling out at a Cup and then maybe going down to Xfinity.
I mean I could see. I don't honestly. I just don't see them moving forward with NASCAR in general. Like as a whole, I just don't think that they have the same mindset as they did back in 2014 to 2017. Um, Especially with the drivers that they've hired. Ryan Preece was a great option, but I think because they didn't develop him as the number one driver, I think that was the problem. But I think they want.
I agree. They clearly threw all the equipment at Stenhouse,
Yeah.
and that was kind of even Busher too the year prior, but that was kind of weird. I think it was almost crappy looking. It looked like they didn't even care about Priest. He was running out there. Well, not that sponsorship is his fault really, but blank cars running back there 35th, and then while Stenhouse is doing decent up in like 18th, and it's just like there's a clear difference there, and it was kind of weird.
Yeah, and I know Ryan Preece has talent. I mean, the dude's insane when it comes to driving ability.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. It's odd to me, but there is something that I like to see though, because they also have a charter, right? They have one.
That's what made me think of it when we were talking about the money team.
Well, I think because they're Chevrolet, team, I'm thinking more or less of
Junior.
I think Junior Motorsports would buy that because I don't think Brad Doherty will put that much on it, especially if they don't want to move forward in general.
I agree.
I think they would sell that and start selling their vehicles to them to start off with. I think it would be perfect, right? Just have one driver. You don't have to. Literally. Look at. I'm trying to think of a team that just start off like just slow and steady, and then look where they are now. Furniture Row at one point, but
yeah,
they were also underfunded though. But so, But Junior Motorsports would not be underfunded. There's just no way. Like,
No, no. I mean, and I think that's why he could be so successful financially, I guess,
yeah,
in the Cup Series because I mean, he's going to pull sponsors for all his cars just because of who he is,
yeah,
and let alone on top of that, if he gets a good driver, that helps as well, of course.
yeah.
So,
And I
I
think he
mean,
would. I think I mean,
absolutely. And then of course, he's going to affiliate himself with Hendrick. He's going to get good motors, good equipment. I mean, it's a win-win all around. So,
absolutely. Um, keep it with Junior Motorsports or well Dale Jr. He announced that he is now brought his own vodka. Right? No.
oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, vodka. I
okay.
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
High Rock. Um, apparently, this is to him. It's the best tasting vodka. Yeah, it's his own, so that's probably why he thinks that. But I'm sure he drank a lot of it, so he understands what's good vodka. So I'm sure it's pretty good. I can't wait to try it personally, but
That just threw me off because I didn't picture Dale Jr. as a vodka dude. You know?
no, but it's definitely Amy, more or less, just the way
You think?
the commercial was.
Oh, I haven't seen a commercial for it. I
Yeah,
just
well,
saw
it
the
was like on
Instagram
YouTube.
picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was like YouTube ads, and like it's definitely an Amy product, but it looks
That's
good.
like that's like the thing to do now, I guess, if you're a celebrity. I mean, of course, I mean celebrities have been making alcohol forever,
Yeah,
but recently, a year or two ago, Rock came out with his, which I've heard is literally the best tequila. But I mean, Michael Waltrip just came out with like a whiskey. Tony Stewart's got a beer. Well, I guess that's a seltzer or something, but
uh,
Junior now, of course.
and
It's,
then
I mean, they're
Alex
all
Bowman has like this own like beer seltzer thing. Like it's
really. I
yeah,
didn't know that.
it's sponsoring him for like 2 races as well. So that's cool to see, I guess. But I don't know. It's like day seltzer, day something. I don't know. That's what it's called. But it's supposed to be super healthy for you.
Oh, okay.
But it's a beer. It's alcohol.
You're
So.
right.
Um. So did we hit everything that you wanted to talk about before we move on?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Xfinity. There's only 2 points that I have for Xfinity. I don't want to talk about drivers and teams because that's a lot of confusion because they're all everywhere.
Yeah.
But Xfinity did up their field to 36 to 38 cars. Um, so to
What were
qualify
they running at?
36 to now they're at 38.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like 36 to 38, as
No,
in
yeah.
like it could be somewhere in there. So I was
No, no,
thinking
no,
they
no.
were on
I'm
like
sorry.
30.
Yeah, that was
So I was
my
like,
fault.
what? Okay.
And then, of course, Mike Harmon's penalty at the end of the year. He still gets his point penalty, but his suspension is taken away.
Freaking Mike, man. I swear.
What a
Something
guy.
about him. Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Mike Harmon. What a guy. Moving to the truck series, the Triple Truck Challenge was announced at the 3 races that it'll be under.
I didn't see that.
Gateway, Nashville, and Mid Ohio. That is
Wow. I didn't see that. That's intense right there. That could. I don't think we've seen a road course in the Triple Truck Challenge yet.
that's gonna be something else. I'm excited to see what Zane Smith can do in the Gillen truck, or whatever it's called, front row truck or whatever.
Yeah, front row.
I really think that okay, Zane Smith as a whole, I think GMS was really on a downslope, and they were putting all their efforts in Sheldon Creed. I mean, you could just see, but I think Zane Smith in general, I think is a better driver. So I would like to see with
You think he's a better driver than Sheldon Creed?
yeah, I think Sheldon's like
I don't know. I think I might disagree with you.
oh we just got a spike in viewership right there. It's so weird
Cool.
to see. Like I just went doo, like the graph went doo. It scared the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, what is that? Anyways, sorry that was.
How many we got here?
It said or at the time it went from 1 to 5. It shot up like boom. But and then Dale Jr. sucks, or I'm sorry, Dale Earnhardt sucks. He put th or so the I don't know what that was about, but hey,
Okay. The
uh, but yeah, that's all I had for that. Uh, you ready for the SRX schedule? We can go ahead and talk about that.
Yes. Oh man. All right. So taking a step away from NASCAR, head to SRX. So real quick recap. SRX is the series that was created by Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham last year. Was their debut year. Um, Absolutely incredible racing with that series that we saw. So yeah, they just released their second year schedule. Only one track is a repeat track that we're going to. Did I miss a track?
Should be Nashville Fairgrounds too.
Okay. Oh no, wait, two. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, the first race is Five Flag Speedway at Pensacola, Florida. I would love to go. Um, I mean, it's only like 6 hours north. That's not that far. It's a heck of a little track. It's a paved half-mile track. Second, I should have put the dates. It's too late now, but
It's like June. Okay, the first weekend is the first
that
off
one's
weekend in NASCAR.
June
Like
17th,
18th.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. 17th, 18th. So yeah, but so the second race is South Boston Speedway at South Boston, Virginia. That track is just under a half mile. Also paved oval as well. Then we got Stafford Speedway in Stafford Springs, Connecticut. I didn't write the information down for it because it's a repeat track. We went there last year. So if you watched the SRX series or know of Stafford, then you know of it. After that, we got Nashville Fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee. Classic track. I can't wait to go back there. We saw an awesome race there last season with their season finale, with basically the Elliots door to door the whole race. So that was cool. So then we move on to the fifth track. It's going to be a dirt track, I-55 Speedway, which is, I'm not quite sure if it's owned and or created by Ken Schrader, but it's one of the two. Yeah, it's a 1/3 mile dirt track with 19 degrees banking. It's essentially a big dirt bowl. So that's going to be an interesting track. We haven't seen the SRX cars on that high of banking for dirt yet. They only did the two flat tracks, right? Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see how they handle that the high bank dirt. I'm excited to see how that one plays out. Also, that is in Peevely, Missouri. Then the season finale is at Sharon Speedway in Hartford, Ohio. That's a 3/8 mile dirt oval as well. I couldn't find the numbers on the banking, but it looked to be something around like 10 degrees banking in the corners.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a fast track. Just the way it's built, it looks like it's fast. So I'm excited to see that one. That is also the track was built in 1929. It's one of the oldest dirt tracks in the United States. So it's been around. So that's the SRX schedule. Well, once again, only 6 weeks to date. I remember last year we talked about it'd be cool if they upped it by 2 to 4 races.
Yeah.
Which we still might get that in the future, but I think 6 is a good number as well for their second season because we're still very new into this series starting out. I'm excited to see the driver lineup next.
Well, so Adam Stern tweeted out saying that they plan to have like 20 more drivers, in a sense of like 20 more new drivers that they thought they were gonna have.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting to see who actually attends.
Right.
But I really think Larson is gonna be one of those people, just because Tony Stewart really wants to have Larson there. But
I agree, at least for one race.
Yeah.
Because they were doing their races on, I think it was like Wednesday, Thursday night, something like that. So it wasn't interfering with the NASCAR schedule, which was great.
Yeah, not at all.
And I think that was, a great move on their part as well because they know viewership wise, people are going to
But
watch
yeah,
NASCAR. So I mean that's the best move that they can do. Plus, as well as putting it on a Wednesday, Thursday night, it gives that local short track type of feel. Like you're down the road watching dirt cars going around a track or whatever. So I'm
Dale,
excited.
me too. Dale Earnhardt sucks. Said that. Why is Dale the worst driver of all time?
I don't know. Is this a joke or is he
I
just
guess
questioning? Okay,
no.
so there's not an answer with it, or there
No,
is.
yeah, there's a question mark, but
Oh, okay.
I just
I don't know. You tell me. I mean,
you're the one
do
who
you,
says he
do you-
sucks. So
right? Do you really believe he's the worst driver of all time? I mean, I'm not by any means saying he's the best because I don't think he was the best. I truly
you
believe
know
Jimmy
Michael
Johnson.
Annett was alive, right?
Oh God,
Freaking
Michael
Cody
Annett.
Ware is still in NASCAR. You know that, right? Like,
We've seen like Kevin LePage, pull out in front of the field at Dega. Dale wouldn't do that. In fact, he'd be leading the field. So,
uh, that's just a funny name. I just can't believe it. I really
no,
can't.
yeah, it is.
Um, I'm excited for the SRX in general, just because because it's not like it's just a motorsport, right? Like in a sense of, like there's nothing to it in a sense that you don't have a favorite driver. It's just literally all
Right,
about
right.
just watching a
The
bunch of
racing.
yeah, yeah. And it's so
Right.
cool to see, right? I think the
I
cars are
agree.
perfect too.
Do
And by the way, they run 650 horsepower, so if you
they?
didn't, yeah.
They know what they're doing.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying that.
No, yeah. I mean, the first season that we saw, I mean, incredible race, and I felt like literally every single race got better and better and better and better as it went. I think, well, I would say Nashville was not quite as good as the one previously, which was Stafford, I believe. Stafford was freaking insane, man. That was a heck of a race. I remember. Or wait, no, not Stafford. Slinger. Slinger was freaking insane. I remember. I don't know if you remember or not, but I remember while we were live, they literally could not go to commercial break because they weren't. They never stopped racing. They were racing the entire time, 1 through 3rd for the lead for. I mean, it was
Nate,
like 75 laps, something like that.
who is Nate? Who's this?
Nate.
He said WTF, Dylan. What?
Oh, so he knows you.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know who Nate is.
Nate. Maybe is it short for like Nathan? Nate Dog? But no, yeah, SRX, I'm excited. I do want to see the driver lineup, but I don't think that's going to come for a while because, like I said, the first race is June 17th, so we're still multiple months out. So, yeah. So, who are you, Nate? We're exposing you to the world and the other 3 people watching us live.
Yeah, I have no idea. Is there 3 people watching? Is that what you just said?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's just a random guess.
Anyways, we'll move on to the Clash. So I'm going to talk about the setup and how they're going to do this in a sense of the field. So it's going to be it's a 23 car field, four um, 4 heat races. Only the top 4 advance, and then you'll have 2 last chance qualifiers, and only the top 3 in both of those advance. So you have 16 plus 6, which is 22, and then you have Larson automatically in, just because of the top points for finisher. So I think. Can we talk about some football? No.
What?
Listen.
What is that? Dale Earnhardt?
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah, listen, I really think that you're a friend of mine, like on my Snapchat. That's why you're doing this, and you have no idea what I'm talking about. But listen, all I gotta say is, go Bengals, okay? I don't care what anyone happens. The Bengals is winning the Super Bowl. That's what's happening. That's beside the point. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
Football.
going back to
We
the
talk
Clash,
about football.
we're gonna have a halftime show with Ice Cube. Can we just talk about that for a second?
Ice Cube and Pitbull, right?
Ethiopian, the Ethiopian.
What?
What? I'm so stupid.
He's Ethiopian, I guess.
Okay, the Ethiopian. Who's that?
I don't know.
I don't know who the heck Nate is. Yes, football. Name 4 players. Okay, I don't know what this is, but all I gotta say is, get out of my chat. And who's the running back? Listen, I don't care who the running back is. Nascar is what I want to talk about.
Right. This is a NASCAR podcast,
But still,
not a football.
okay. By the way, I'm looking up who Nate is. You Ethiopian. What?
Ethiopian. Just Google Ethiopian Nate. No, yeah, so the Clash,
You go ahead and talk about some stuff real quick.
I don't know much about it. I'm excited for it though. It's a short track, quarter mile, asphalt, obviously to kind of mimic the way Bowman Gray Stadium was made. If anyone you guys are
Oh,
familiar
you
with that.
went to school with me, Nate. Oh, I feel so stupid. Okay, now I know who you are. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. It's going to be a heck of a race. Do you think they're going to change the rules of the Clash for every year prior and do something similar to this and have like heat race type of situation to where everyone can be eligible?
What are you talking about? I'm sorry.
The Clash.
Everyone is eligible.
Yeah, this season, but previously it wasn't. It was previously what the poll winners, obviously Clash winners, champions, blah blah blah. That was the previous Clashes.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think they're going to change the rules for that
That's
and
the
go
funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
more towards what they're doing this season?
Okay.
So everyone, it's more like an all-star type of situation, type of qualifying.
Okay, I want to know who is Dale Earnhardt sucks. Can you personally text me? It's because I want to know who you are.
So that's not Nate, or it is?
No,
I'm confused.
there's 2 people in my chat right now, right?
Oh, okay. So
I
Nate
have
is separate. Okay.
Yeah, and then I have Dale Earnhardt sucks, right?
What did he say?
Nate just said, "Who is the fastest racer?" And then Dale Earnhardt sucks says, "Not Dale Earnhardt. He doesn't know how to drive."
Oh my god.
And then Nate just responded because he's dead. Okay, that's. I mean,
it's valid. It's valid. But
yes, I'm Nate too. What?
Kevin Harvick is
Okay,
currently going
you just confused the
199.
crap out of me.
What did he say?
Okay. Anyways, I'm moving on with what we have to talk about. Sorry. Okay, you're talking about next year's Clash. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm saying
probably. Yeah, I think it'll be. Like poll winners, champion provisional, and last year's winners or last recent winners or whatever.
Oh, so you think it'll go back to like the old style rules?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of like the all-star type of situation.
Honestly, I just don't think that. I think this is just to
accommodate the short track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that we didn't have qualifying last year, but
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's more or less what I think it is. But But yeah, that's all I had to say on the Clash. Other than, Pitbull will do a performance. Ice Cube is going to do a performance. FaZe Clan is going to be there, and they're
Face
partnering.
Clan?
FaZe Clan. Do you know who that is?
Oh, FaZe. Yeah. I forgot about
I was
that.
like, yeah.
I was gonna say, who the hell's Face Clan?
No, FaZe Clan will be
But
there.
yeah.
The NFL is going to be promoting it as well. Mr. 305.
305. What?
I'm so confused. Anyways,
About 305?
yeah. What is that?
That's referring to Pitbull. I believe that's the area
okay.
code of Miami.
Okay, Mr. 305. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, that just shows me how much I listen to Pitbull's music.
Well, I don't either. I just happen to know that, I guess.
Okay.
But
that's Pitbull's nickname, my guy. Thank you, appreciate that one. Yeah. Other than that, that's all I got for the playoffs. So let's talk about
the playoffs.
Or the Clash. Sorry, I'm so confused right now with this chat.
I
I'm like
know.
flipping out. I need to like mute it or something. Anyways, let's talk about the predictions of our 2022 playoff predictions that we're gonna have. Do you want to go ahead and start off first?
Yeah. All right. So, my top 16 in no particular order. I just listed who I think is going to make top 16. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Harrison Burton, Joey Logano, Cole Custer, Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman.
So who's like big names that doesn't make it?
Everyone that I did not list.
like big names. Like
I guess that would be Byron. Byron, Cindric, Cole Custer, Almirola.
Okay, cool. That's. I just wanted to know that.
Seabell, Bubba.
This guy just said I choose to go Denny Hamlin because hamburger. Okay.
we call him Hamster, sir.
Yeah, hamster.
He's the hamster. Because that motherfucker never stops running.
Running from championships because he don't know how to get one.
Right.
So I have the top 12 who. Dude, what the fuck? I have the top 12. I'm not gonna talk about this during a podcast. My top 12 is like people that will win races most likely. That's who I have. In a sense of that, but the last four I kind of just put there. That's just who I think will make it. That doesn't mean they won't win a race. It just
right.
Just the 12 is what I think that will win a race. Larson, Chase, Kyle Busch, Blaney. I wrote KFB just because.
I believe it.
Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Truex, William Byron, Harvick, Joey Logano, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and Brad Keselowski. I think Brad's actually going to win a super speedway, maybe not the 500, but Talladega. And then we have the next four. I have Kurt Busch, Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, and Austin Cindric. And then the notable drivers that didn't make it is Bowman, Eric Almirola, Bubba Wallace, and Austin Dillon. I just think those four. I think they'll be in the top 20 in points. Like they'll be on the cusp, but I just don't think that they'll be the bubble drivers trying to make it in. And they just unfortunately just don't have enough time to get in there. But yeah, and then you can say your final four.
Final four is Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch.
My final four is Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, William Byron, and Kyle Busch.
Wait, what?
What?
What'd you say? I wasn't listening.
Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, William Byron, and Kyle Busch.
Man, you're wrong about Kyle Busch. He's not even getting into the round of 8.
Listen, I know you keep saying about this about Joe Gibbs, and I agree with you on the rest of them. But I have a feeling that Kyle Busch is going to have last good year. I feel like
I do agree because Kyle's Kyle, and I personally know as well. Practice is going to change him tremendously. He's going to be extremely strong this year. But going back to the Gibbs thing, that was kind of more of like my wild prediction.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dylan Hurt Sucks responds, "How do I become a guest on a podcast?" Well, for one, the fact that your name, I got some nasty takes. Oh my god. All right, who's your champion?
Ryan Blaney. I think he gets it done.
I'm actually going with Ryan Blaney as well. I've said it this year that I feel like Ryan Blaney is just gonna have a crazy season. I don't think he's gonna win a lot of races.
I'm reading the chat. So I understand what you didn't want to talk about.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, I'm not even getting involved in there. No, I just think Ryan Blaney's gonna have a breakout season in the sense of top fives, a lot of lead laps. I'll stay quiet. Okay, sure. Anyways.
No, yeah, I agree. Blaney's, like I said earlier, with the new car, I just really think the new car is going to suit Blaney and his driving style. I think, especially with the higher horsepower, of course, the kind of lower spoiler, and then the changes made with underneath the car to help the aero from behind. I think that's going to allow, I mean, obviously the cars are harder to drive, which is great, but I also think that's going to allow the drivers to be more aggressive. And I think he will be aggressive. I think we're going to see Blaney, moving people out the way. I don't think he's going to care, honestly. So.
No, I like it. So, since we did all that, and we don't have anyone else to tell me their predictions, thank you to people who didn't show up tonight. I guess we'll talk about picks. We got picks. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
How will you talk about NASCAR when they don't have cars in Ethiopia?
That's not true. They might not race them, but kids.
I don't know what that means. I don't care. All right. Well, anyways, who's gonna suck this week at the LA Coliseum?
Whew, see, this is tough because we technically don't know who's even going to be in. We can, take a safe guess, but who's gonna suck? I'm gonna try and leave it to drivers that I think will be in the main race, though. I think Truex. Truex is gonna suck unexpectedly.
Wow.
Because he should run good there.
Yeah, Truex is where he was strong last year, so
Yep.
That's interesting. The fact that you said that. So you said you want to keep it with drivers who you think will make it. Well, I'm going to say the driver who's in automatically. That's Kyle Larson. I think he's going to struggle really bad. Now, I don't think he's going to be 40 laps down. No, but I just don't think he just will not have the speed of where he was last year. Just
Stupid.
he's so stupid. But other than that, yeah, that's Larson's gonna suck.
I can see that.
Who's your good run pick? Who's gonna be involved?
Good
in
run.
the conversation?
I think Tyler Reddick is going to be involved. I think he's going to have a really good run. He hasn't been really much of a short track kind of driver,
Yeah.
at least on the flat tracks that is. But
Yeah.
I think he's going to show up something good. I think he's going to give him a run for their money.
I'm laughing at the chat. I can't take it. I think so. Talking about this guy a while ago, I think he grew up racing short tracks. That's how him, Blaney, and Chase started moving up. I think Bubba Wallace will have a good run. I don't think he'll go out there and lead any laps, but I think he'll be involved in the conversation and
You can see
actually
that.
make it to the. He'll make it to the main event. I know that for a fact, but
Yeah, I agree as well. I mean, he has. I mean, we actually got a handful of drivers that have experience at Bowman Gray, which
Yeah.
is the most closely related track to this. Is I mean, I'm sure
Corey
there's more
LaJoy has
out
the
there,
most.
but
Uh,
success.
yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, I know LaJoy, uh, Bubba, Chase, Elliott, Blaney. I mean, there's a handful of Suarez. They've all raced at Bowman Gray, so they should be at least somewhat decent to have a
yeah,
little bit of a leg up on some of these guys. But yeah, I did see that though. I do. I mean, Bubba's good at Mike Martinsville anyway. He's strong
yeah.
at the short flat track, so I
Mm-hmm.
do think Bubba should run well. That wouldn't surprise me.
When's Cal Naughton go to race next?
I think he's gonna try and make the Clash.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, he's driving the 9 car. Actually, is what I heard.
Imagine.
COVID protocols. Chase couldn't make it. So who's gonna win the Clash?
So the Clash. So this track is obviously very short. That's a quarter mile. But this driver is good at half-mile tracks, specifically Martinsville. We haven't really seen him perform too well the past year or two at them. Nothing bad really, but not what we've seen in the past. But I think it's gonna be Blaney getting it done.
Wow. I think you talked about Blaney, and I think his biggest rival going into next year in a lot of ways is going to be Chase, and I think them two are going to be fighting it out. I think Chase is going to win it. So
I can see that.
yeah,
You know, that's funny too because I almost specifically said this driver was in the battle for the Clash last year and got wrecked, and this year he'll win it. But oh my god!
I
Good answer, Nate. Good answer.
I had to delete it. I could not take that one. That drew the line. I was like, all right.
Yeah. Good answer, though. Good answer. But yeah. So I'm excited for the Clash. I mean, first race back. Man, this has been the longest off season for me personally in 5, 6, 7 years. I felt like it's been forever. I've been dying to come back. I've been watching live. Well, not live, but I've been watching rerun races. I currently have.
Watching live races.
I currently have a Talladega race off from, I think, what is this? Danica's there, so 15, 16 maybe. I think it's after 14. What year did Brian Scott race? Cup.
2014.
It was 14 then.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to NASCAR coming back. It sucks that we come back and then have a 2-week break, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, I guess 1 week break. Yeah. It's just
well,
2
but
weeks.
I do like this though because this kind of sets up a good trend moving forward.
I agree.
Because the Clash. I mean, so you have the Pro Bowl in a sense, right? Right before the Clash, and then you'll have the Clash to promote the Super Bowl, and then you'll have the Super Bowl to promote the Daytona 500. And so I think all that combined, I mean, it'll only improve each year with Fox. I mean, I pick a guy and I'll tell you where he will finish. Okay.
Harrison Burton. Now we wait.
Now we wait. Uh, I should. I knew I should have muted Dale Earnhardt Sucks immediately, but I didn't. I'm an hour late, but I'm always here to support. Hey, listen, we're almost done with the podcast, but hey, I'm glad you're here right now.
Who is that?
Lamont,
Well,
the
I
guy.
see that, but
Well, he was here last week. Remember? In the chat?
I don't. I wasn't looking at it
Oh,
last
okay.
week, but
He was talking about. He was asking about the crashes and what race you would want to see in person and stuff like that.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, what? Okay, now we're getting viewers. What the fluff? I
Yeah,
don't
well, I
even.
mean,
I don't even want to end the
welcome.
podcast now. But what was we talking about again?
We're waiting on his response to see where Harrison Burton finishes.
Dylan Hannah, Hale. What?
Hail.
Who the fluff is that?
Dylan Hannah. Why can't you view people? That's lame.
You can.
Oh well, maybe you can, but I can't.
Well. Okay.
Well, Nate, where's Harrison Burton gonna finish?
He will
Oh,
finish
there we go.
14th.
14th. I mean, that's not bad. I could see that first year in the Cup Series. That's
There
a
you
good
go.
run if we can do that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm just excited in general for the whole season.
Same. I'm excited. I mean, we got a lot of changes, obviously, with the Clash coming. We got Atlanta coming up in just a few weeks, I think, right?
Mhm.
I think that's still fairly early on.
Eighth race.
Yeah, we got our final race coming at Auto Club, California. That's going to be intense.
Last.
Logan.
I think you meant to say Logano.
Logano, yeah, I know. Logan.
But top 10. I'll say eighth.
Yeah, I'd say eighth or so. Yeah, that seems Logano-y. He's currently battling for the lead at Dega.
Cody, you can go ahead and screw off here. Thank you. Appreciate you.
So direct. He probably will too. In your mom.
Okay. Get it? Because where will Logano finish? That's pretty good.
Funny. That is pretty good.
Listen.
But yeah, we got Auto Club, our final race there. We also got Worldwide Technology, of course, Gateway added to the schedule.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect for that Cup race. We've never raced their Cup. I don't know anyway. If so,
Never.
Fucking in the 50s or something. But
I mean, just imagine the last nationwide race at that time with Carl and Brad. What a great.
oh wow, was that the last one?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, that was
Brad's not
heck of
able
a
to
finish,
come back.
man. Yeah, I know.
Watch, that's when Carl Edwards shows up to the racetrack.
I think Harvick has a win or two there. Obviously, Carl does. I'm sure Brad does. I'm sure Kyle does.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Hamlin does too. Don't forget the.
Oh yeah, you're right. The shoot at Sonoma is back. That
is the best thing I've ever. Hey.
It sucks because I like it, but at the same time, I really liked. What the fuck is it called? Carousel. Yeah, carousel.
What's up, buddy?
Right.
Yeah, I hated the carousel. Like every year, I even hated it.
I liked it. I liked it. I liked what it brought to the track, but I also do like the shoot a lot as well.
I just love that turn right after the shoot. It's such a great like.
I agree.
What's up, brother? How you doing, Dilly Bob Thornton?
Are you the real Billy Bob Thornton though? That's the question.
I really doubt it, but
No, I highly doubt it. Yeah.
You know what? I believe in you.
Oh, and it's not. And never mind. It's a D. I thought it was a B. So probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, Dilly Bob. What's up, buddy?
Um. Yeah. So I
Cody,
mean,
Cody, who's your pick for the Clash
yeah. Good question. Who's your top four as well?
in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Or okay,
Yeah. Playoffs.
pick for the Clash, Final Four, and the playoffs.
But yeah. But I mean, we got a lot of changes going into this season.
Yeah. Yes.
The who other what other Cody?
No. Okay. Always Eric. Can you go ahead and comment?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Stupid. I am kind of bummed about Auto Club though. I always liked Auto Club a lot. I like how wide it is. I like the. I mean, the restarts were always insane there. I felt like the racing was good. I mean, obviously, short run you run the bottom, long run you freaking rip the top, and those corners are so long. Like I don't know. I'm gonna miss that the big track. But
What? Auto Club?
Auto Club, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we're still having it one more time because remember this was supposed to be the first short track race.
Yeah. This is supposed to be the first one, yeah.
Right, and then COVID happened, so they didn't go back in 2021.
Or 2020.
Well, no,
Wait, we did go 2020. Never mind.
Yeah, Bowman destroyed it again. After every time he wins, he destroys a racetrack. Martinsville, he even brought it back 100 laps, so that was crazy.
He did. Oh, that's great.
I want this man to win the All-Star race so we can get rid of Texas. Okay, please.
For real. I loved Texas before the reconfiguration. I thought it was perfect. They jacked it up.
Say I'm crazy, but I think Denny Hamlin wins the Clash. Did you say it was my Final Four? Yeah, your prediction for the playoffs, like Final Four and then champion. Tell me.
I think you are crazy.
Yeah, you're definitely crazy. Denny Hamlin's gonna hit the wall as hard as possible.
Well, probably. He's probably gonna like get shoved directly straight into turn one, and it'll probably be Bowman pushing him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I expect it to be a madhouse.
Yeah, I just hope it's
take
not.
the praise from Bowman.
So I just want a lot of aggression. I just don't want a lot of wrecking because
I agree. I don't because I watched the K&N race from Bowman Gray today, and I think the longest run that they had was the final run, and it was like 25 laps. Everything else was nothing longer than like 8. So like that was excessive. So I mean, and of course we're talking Cup Series now, so we know it's not gonna be like that anyway. But
what do you mean? Like on the podcast?
I think he's talking about on the podcast, yeah, because they were talking about that earlier.
I mean, technically yes, but you would have to know information about the sport.
Right. Yeah, we're not opposed to it. We just haven't had it happen yet.
Yeah, I mean, we've tried to have a driver on, but the schedule didn't work out for him. But now since we're on Wednesdays, I feel like it could be possible. So I'm still looking for a driver to put as a guest on here, or even someone in YouTube that's big, and see how they feel. So, but
freaking Biffle. Biffle might be back. That's news.
Yeah, that's all. That was dumb.
I just saw Biffle on the screen driving, so I was like, oh yeah.
So if I learned racing, I could. Yeah, if you learn.
Yeah, racing, I mean, why not? We'll teach you.
If you learn.
What have you learned today? Have you been taking notes, Nate?
Well, the only note he took was Dylan Hart.
I have. I'm surprised you're interested in being on here, though, even though you don't know about racing.
Yeah, he just wants to. I feel like he just wants to be dumb on the podcast.
We'll kick you out quick.
Cody, are you gonna give me my final four?
Right. I mean,
Like, what are you
Why?
doing over here?
Wait, why what?
Why what?
Kyle Busch, Blaney, Bowman, Larson.
They all had the same champion. What the hell? Watch these,
Tony, man, it's Blaney's year.
dude. I swear, everyone I've seen in predictions has picked Blaney to win the championship. I
Did
swear.
Eric a step pick him? I didn't
Uh-oh.
see his, so I don't
No,
know.
he
I know
hasn't
I
won
know
it
he
yet.
put him out, but
He
no,
hasn't.
he put him out.
No,
Or no, maybe he just did the 16.
yeah, he did the 16. He didn't. He
Okay.
didn't complete the.
Okay.
Uh,
But that one, the people that we were talking about last week that we were talking about debating for the podcast,
yeah,
when you sent me,
never responded to me. But
I'm not surprised. But I think he picked Blaney.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's Blaney's year. I mean, he's been in Cup Series since what, 2017 now, 16.
Logano, Keselowski, Bush, and Grant.
Grant. Who the hell's Grant? Infinger? Who the hell's Grant? And you spelled Bush wrong. How do you get Keselowski right but Bush wrong?
Yeah, that and Logan, you still got Logan.
And Logan, yeah. But you get Keselowski right.
Listen,
Actually, Keselowski ain't right. I don't think.
yeah,
Is
that's
that
right. That's right.
Is it?
Keselowski, yeah.
Well, good for you, Nate.
Go look at your phone.
Google.
Google.
But that doesn't answer, though. Who the hell's Grant?
Harry.
Harry Gant.
Hey, go look at your phone.
I am. Looks like him.
Oh my lord, that is so funny. How y'all feeling tonight? Y'all feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Chilling. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see. Okay, I want to show the best paint scheme.
Oh, Keselowski's wrecking.
Okay, cool.
Oh!
I'm gonna show you the worst paint scheme.
Feeling mid. What happened to Keselowski? Oh, he's a lap down. I don't remember why. Oh, I think he causes the big one, though, later in the race. Doesn't he cause the big one later in the race? A lap down?
I don't know.
I think he does. Look at that. Harvick third. Ryan Truex. What the hell happened to him? How many races have you gone? I've gone to a bunch. I know Dylan has too.
Probably 20 plus.
I've gone to.
Like just cup races, or if you're going more, that's probably like 50.
Jeez, really?
Yeah, it's been
Holy
like the same
shit.
track though. A lot of the same tracks.
Yeah. I didn't know you've been to that. I haven't been to that many. I've been to Atlanta 3 times for a NASCAR race, and I'm not talking about. So technically, 3 weekends. Well, I mean, if we're counting like just strictly races, then it'd be.
Alright, I'm
12.
sharing my screen.
12-ish.
Alright, so this is the worst paint scheme of 20.
Something happened with it. It looks weird.
What do you mean?
It's like just a bar. I mean, maybe only I'm seeing that, but because at first
Do you see it now?
it should no. At first it showed the whole car, but now it just shows. Yeah, let me just send you a picture real quick.
What
It
about?
might just be me seeing it though. No.
Well, yeah, I know what it's showing on the podcast.
Oh.
Oh, this is Alex Bowman's 48 car, the ugliest scheme. And then I'm gonna show you my favorite scheme here in a second.
Why can't I see it? That's lame. Yeah, I see it on the podcast, but
Oh, it doesn't show that one scheme. My favorite scheme. It's right here. Do you see it?
Bowman,
No.
that's what I see. You have it covered up by Bowman.
Do you want to see it right now?
Yeah. All I see is Bowman
Are you sure? Like right at the second, or
on the podcast. I mean, unless I'm like behind, but I shouldn't
yeah,
be that far behind.
check to see if you're behind.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fine. That's your favorite?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
I mean, that one's good, but look up the Kevin Harvick gear wrench. That one's my favorite.
This one?
Oh, big wreck.
This
No,
one?
gear wrench, not fucking mobile one. Yeah, yeah, that's my favorite. That shit is sick. Oh yeah, Kozlowski caught this big one. That's what I thought. Do you not like that one though?
I like it. I like all of Harvick's schemes actually. I
Yeah,
even like this one, but
I can't stand the Hunt brothers or the Ream, for that matter.
okay. Well, it's probably because I see a different color than what you see on this one. But
Yeah, I know, but I like the mobile one. That's dope.
I think this looks dope. Another good paint scheme. Oh, why did I pick home? Didn't mean to do that. This is a great scheme right here. This is beautiful.
How car on the Menards scheme has a bunch of sponsors? Oh,
You said Menards. What Menards? Oh, I think this is ugly. What the hell?
I like the Advance. Yeah, I don't like that one.
Advanced auto parts look good.
Mm-hmm.
I like all of Blaney's schemes besides his main one. It's crazy.
Yeah, the Worth one looks good, but I'm surprised you think that's the best of them all.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just do.
I think the Bush one is better than that. I also like go to the Byrons. I like the Byron ones a lot. I like Sucks. What the fuck is that?
By like 24. I like Valvoline a lot. That looks beautiful.
Did you see the new Daniel Suarez scheme?
Well, which one?
I don't know. I don't remember what it is, but it just came out like a day or two
Oh
ago.
yeah, I did. It's just not on this. It wasn't Daniel Suarez though, but it was this one.
No, I saw a Daniel Suarez one. I know there's the Kurt one too, but
Kurt. That's Ross Chastain, if you didn't know.
oh yeah, you're right. Fuck
Okay,
you.
actually, hold on. Hold on. This is probably my favorite scheme. Now I think about it.
Wells DeWalt. Cheddars? Oh, I haven't seen that cheddar one. You think that was your favorite?
Yeah, I love
But
this.
you're always hating on white though. That
I
has like the most white.
I know, but it just looks so good when it's white and black. Like that.
I
That looks
know,
good.
I know. It does look good.
Guaranteed rate. That's a good looking race car too.
Yeah,
Hey.
his are all good.
I just hate white and blue. I think together. That's probably what it is.
I like that. Cheddars.
Colleague's got some cool cars. At 16 looks dope.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen this at all.
You haven't seen that one?
No.
That's the one that they've been. That's the paint scheme that they've been using oh, the orange one. Sorry, I'm behind.
Yeah.
I saw that one a day or two ago.
Let's.
Can I see Logan's? We'll show you Logan's if you type it right.
Go take a look at Bill. I can't see the chat, by the way. Obviously, as I can see.
Oh, I'll read it to you then. But yeah, that's it. The Bell's, DeWalt, and then Logan's.
Okay. I'll go to Christopher
I
Bill's.
like the Dex one a lot.
I like this. This looks good.
I don't know if I've seen this one yet. He also has Ream? Oh,
yeah.
I have seen this one. I do like this one a lot.
Yeah, it looks the DeWalt looks like
fucking sick.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And his ream is really good too. I think his ream is better.
Oh yeah, I agree. I like his ream a whole lot.
His actually looks like the old Kevin Harvick ream.
Yeah, similar to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have
Joey Baloney.
Joey Baloney. Well, this is the one that's on this website, but the new one that popped out is on Twitter. I'll go to that real quick.
Yeah, I couldn't find it on Google. Like, I just did a quick search since we had just went live.
Joey Logano. Well, that's not it.
We have to keep.
Oh, I can't play that, but. Okay.
Denny is gonna win it all.
Add larger wheels, signature wheels.
Think so?
Hey, yeah, that's what it looks like. This new Pennzoil scheme. Your Logan scheme.
I don't mind it. It's not great, but I don't like how Pennzoil has two different fucking logos. You got Pennzoil and then Shell, and I don't like that. Like, I feel like you need to advertise one or the other.
Yeah. I like. I'm trying to think of another driver that looks good. What is 2311s? I want to see that. Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
I think Bubba's got a new sponsor as well.
Yeah, Bubba does. Actually, I want to see the 43 car because he has some really. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful paint scheme. What the fluff? Look at this.
The Air Force?
Yes, it's so good. Look at that.
Yeah.
Looks mean. And this thing.
I don't like the logo on the side. I like that one though. Look at the 42.
It's not like the petty GMS thing.
Oh.
Bubba, yeah, it's not on here for Bubba's yet. This is same or different year, same me.
Man, I forgot about that old 34 KFC car.
Alright, there we go. That's about it. Don't you see gray? I know I'm colorblind.
Oh, fuck. Damn good.
All right, well, what's best? The Hooters car is the best.
Yuck. Don't you see Dre?
He's talking to me about the Air Force.
Yeah.
Stupid. All right. Anyways, but that's gonna end it for the podcast. I feel like. You got anything to say besides that?
No. I'm excited for the Clash this Sunday. Excited to get the season rolling.
Me too. I'm super excited to get the season rolling. Especially.
Appreciate it. It's a Gravedigger, Harvard. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beach. Yeah. He ran that paint scheme at where did he run that?
Joseph.
What? Joseph. Where did he run that scheme? Kansas?
No.
Logan. I don't know. I don't remember.
Was it Bristol Dirt?
No, because he had the dirt scheme.
Oh yeah. Was it Nashville?
No. I don't think so. Kevin Harvick.
So sorry.
Let's see. Texas.
Oh, okay. Forrest Kevin Harvick. That's who we're talking about right now. All right. Anyways, well, I'm gonna say we're gonna end the podcast here. Be here next week. We're gonna actually.
What? He said he ran it in Nashville. Did he run it in Nashville?
I thought so, but I didn't know. So that's
I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. I didn't see Nashville. So.
learn the facts. All right, buddy. Anyways, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast here. Be here next week at the same time, 10 p.m. Wednesday. We have no idea what we're gonna be talking about because we're probably talking about the Clash, most likely. But the Bengals were in Nashville. What?
Yeah, when we'll be back, though, we'll be recapping the Clash, and then
probably talking about some more news heading to the 500, and then we will be there next week with the live qualifying results with our podcast for the Daytona 500. Because qualifying will be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time up until 10, so we will be right live right when qualifying ends. So we get to talk about the duels races, who lines up where, and so on and so forth. So
I thought those were Thursday.
yeah, well, like you qualify on Wednesday though.
Oh,
So
like that. Okay, like qualifying. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I didn't think about it though, but the week after Daytona,
yeah.
Are we going to be doing a podcast?
So I'm bringing my laptop. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So I will have OBS downloaded on my laptop. It probably won't be the best quality, if I'm being honest. If y'all didn't know, I'm going to the Daytona 500 for a week and a half or whatever that looks like. But yeah, I still plan on doing a podcast that day, but it may just be a quick one, if I'm being honest, just because. But I still plan on doing it that Wednesday. But yeah, I mean, but if the internet's terrible, we'll go on from there. Um, even
Right.
even if even if I have someone with a laptop to do it, we'll at least give picks for the next weekend's race or something, just for like 10 minutes.
Hey, if dang man, talk about a car blowing up! Holy cow, he's up in smoke like big time. But who did? I was gonna say, hey, Wednesday, if you don't have Wi-Fi, just come to my house. You'll be
Realistically, yeah, we can just
a
do a
couple miles down
live
the road.
podcast right there. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll do something. I don't care if it's like 10 minutes and I'm just talking about the Daytona 500 and then giving picks. I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Right.
But we'll have something because I just think it'd be good.
Yeah.
I have a really good feeling that we're gonna grow. I mean, yeah, I know that half of you were a mess from the first part of the podcast, but this second part of the podcast that we had, we it's been really good. Like, so that's cool to see. But thank y'all for joining in. Be here next week, and peace.
Later.